Hello, this is Eric Miskell from EMSNOW. I'm on the show floor Electronica 2024 in Munich. I'm with Thomas Zimmerman of TQ Systems. Thomas, thanks for taking some time. I know it's busy here, so I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to me. Why don't you explain who TQ is? We visited you this earlier in the year, so I'm familiar, but give an introduction to the company, please.
Glad to do this, Eric. Thanks for having the opportunity. So we are here at the Electronic Fair in Munich, Electronica 2024. And TQ Systems is one of the leading technology company in Germany, also in the European space. And we are doing E2MS, electronic engineering manufacturing services and embedded modules. And it's exactly our sweet spot and our USP that we can combine our solution building blocks from the embedded space. You see some here around us together with our E2MS services.
Exactly. And like it says above us, there's 30 years, right?
Exactly. And we do this from the very beginning. So from the very beginning, we combined the E2MS, so production and development, because in the early development phase, you really set up the costs and all the competitiveness of the product. So our USP was really to combine production and engineering. And also from the very beginning, we added our building blocks as embedded modules with all of the leading suppliers. So we are top partners of Intel, TI, NXP, and have a very broad portfolio of the embedded space. And this we combine, these are the hearts of our applications, and we combine with our services. So we have a full line service offering for our customers.
Excellent, excellent. Now I remember visiting the facility and was very impressed.
It was in Dura, in our big factory.
Yeah, so tell a little bit about the footprint too, though, where you have facilities.
Yeah, so we have somehow 12 facilities, many here in Germany, in development space and production. We have 3 big production facilities here in Germany. We added, of course, in China one and in US, so that we can do local business for our key customers. And we also added 1.5 years ago, the latest kid on the block is in Slovenia, where we invested now heavily in order, let's say, to also have the opportunity for production there.
Now, 2024 is generally, for most companies, it's been a hard year for the industry. How has it been for TQ?
So our business year ended end of June. So we are in fact in the middle of the next business year. 24 was of course much more difficult compared to 23. As the whole market and industry had, after the allocation, was a big hype somehow. And we had a huge growth in the last year. And for this year, it was somehow stable on the same level. And now we see that in some industries, more and more difficulties, especially everything which is around energy storage stuff, home automation. But also, let's say, in the field, we have some business with e-mobility, with e-bikes. Also, there was some hype in the allocation space where we have some challenges. But we have other industries with our very broad portfolio, like airspace, things which go down up very much, or also railway automation, railway techniques, which is going up. So with the balance, we can balance this very much.
And I will say that's what I love when I come to Europe, the railway. In the United States, that's not such a big industry. Here, it is such a fantastic industry. For the populace, just because it's everywhere, but for the industry as well. That type of manufacturing, all the electronics that go in, and it's mechatronics too. Then.
Exactly. And the heritage, as I mentioned, is electronics. There it's our heart, also with the embedded modules. But we developed, of course, over time, much more to system business. So we do whole systems. We added mechanical, mechatronics capabilities, so we can really offer from the idea over prototypes to series, after service, the whole spectrum, not only for electronics, but for whole systems.
Good. I've been walking by for the last couple of days. You've had a very busy booth.
It was very busy this year, yes.
That's good, though. It's been a good show, is what I'm hearing. How's it been for you?
is also good. We have been surprised about the very high interest here in the fair. So it's good to be here. Also good, and thanks for all the customers. We had good talks, but also people stepping in, stepping by. We have seen. And as I mentioned, as the market goes down a little bit, we have downturn here, especially in Europe. And therefore it's good, let's say, to have a lot of talks and see the interest of everybody. And we see that some industries go up, and we also see this trend that some of the OEMs go much more for outsourcing. So we have a lot of talks also with some big OEMs who also relocate from Asia back to Europe. And we see this outsourcing trend coming. And as a full service provider, end to end, we have very good cards, let's say, to talk with our customers.
Excellent. Well, listen, I was impressed with your company when I visited you earlier this year, and watching it from afar. So I wish you a successful end of the year in 2025, and hope to stay in touch and talk again.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Thomas,
always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks a lot.